I met Plante Moran when I was very, very young in college through an accounting society. I had been participating in a presentation, and Plante Moran was one of the guest speakers, and we had some amazing individuals come in and share their stories about Plante Moran, and it had created such an excitement for me that I did a little bit more research and told myself that I would look further into Plante Moran, because at that point I had no idea who or what Plante Moran was all about. I ended up, through the accounting society at school, going through a mock interview, and the individual who had interviewed me actually brought me in for an office visit off that mock interview, and unbeknownst to me, I had no idea that through that mock interview process I was actually being truly interviewed for a position. During the office visit, I was able to experience meeting with different people at different levels, and I think the one thing that stuck out for me was going to lunch with an associate at that time who is now a partner at the firm. And the funny story about that is I ended up, she wanted to give me her business card, and she only had one business card left, and it had her hair appointment on the back of it. And she ended up giving me the business card and scratching her hair appointment onto a different sheet of paper, because she really wanted me to have her business card to make sure that if I had any questions, I could call her. In thinking back on my experience, I remember being offered the position. I had gotten the call a couple weeks after I had been in for the office interview, and I didn't even realize who was calling. I had picked up the phone and didn't think I had answered it very professionally, and all of a sudden it was Plante Moran, and I was told that I was being made an offer for an internship, and the details would be coming in the mail, and if I had any questions I could give them a call. And it was a very exciting moment in my life. I was so excited to go into this large building and to see how professional everybody was. And again, being young and in college, I really didn't know what to expect in the business world. And so I had walked in, and I was very impressed overall by the general happiness and excitement that everybody had, and everybody that I had met was really genuine and helpful and understanding, and I was just really open to learning more about Plante Moran through that process. My favorite thing about Plante Moran is the people, and I know that people are anywhere, and I know that you can find friendships anywhere, but the friendships I've developed at Plante Moran have been second to none, and the family that has been built up, with me included, is very impressive for me. So balance of life for me means a lot of things, and I have been able to do what I wanted to do, not only professionally but personally, through Plante Moran. Professionally, I've been able to be involved in several of the firm's committees, including the Suggestion Committee and the PTA Committee, which is our personal tightrope action committee, and that is about balance of life. Personally, the balance of life has been pretty tremendous. I was able to go through Plante Moran and start my family a little bit later in my career, and I have 2 little girls, and I've been able to work what I've wanted to work on at the pace that I've wanted to work on it, and I've been very, very much supported from my team partner, from all of the partners that I work with, and all of the staff. The buddy program is second to none. When I first walked in Plante Moran, I had a buddy that ended up being a very, very good friend of mine, and she was there for me for anything. I could ask her any question at any time about anything. As a result of that, I've been able to have several buddies throughout my career, and I've been able to pass that along to them and mentor them and be able to serve as a sounding board for whenever they have questions or whenever they have problems. And I think it holds everybody accountable from the perspective of if you treat somebody with that respect and that care, they're going to do it to somebody else. Thinking through how Plante Moran has really changed my life, it has helped me grow as a professional and a personal. I am very different from when I first started on my internship, and thinking back to how young I was and how green I was and how inexperienced I was. And not to say today that I'm everything I'm going to be for the rest of my career, but I can definitely tell you there is no place like Plante Moran.